minutes until showtime. Please take your seats and no flash photography.
What we were doing, and it kind of shows. As we were staggering into 1969, Ritchie and I, but also Paice the drummer, realised that the band was in danger of not being quite what we'd seen it as. It wasn't until Led Zeppelin came along that we really had a direction. We thought, that's the type of music that we want to play.
Right at that point is when Gillan and I joined the band.
This guy with this astonishing range, this stratospheric scream.
We weren't a sort of progressive band, we weren't a sort of arty band, we were a hard rock band.
At that time, very much masters of our own sound.
Everyone was pushing each other even harder than it otherwise would have been.
I've never really thought about the mark that I've left on rock and roll by playing basically just 4 notes.
Never thought that it was going to be the song that it became. One of those magic rock and roll anthems.
Things that every one of us could provide made Deep Purple what it was.
I'd like you to welcome Hughes and David Coverdale.
It was our characters that formed that band, a Blackmore Lord vision from day one. I think the most important thing is to emote one's soul and to play what one is feeling.
This band is pretty fierce, let's be clear. They were never frightened to play a new trail.
Please welcome from Metallica, Lars Ulrich.
Good evening. I am Lars Ulrich, and I am. That's right. And I am seriously fucking honored to be here. For Christmas, my middle son gave me this coat, and seriously, I literally just took the tack off it backstage. The color, I kid you not, says Deep Purple. Seriously. Can you guys pass this around? You can see I'm not making it up. One is mine, the other is that of the band that changed my life and rock and roll. When I was 9 years old, my dad took me to see Deep Purple in Copenhagen, Denmark, on a dark, cold Saturday. Gillan, where are you, man? Right there. God, you guys look awesome. Singer Ian Gillan, center stage, a magnet for the eyes, personifying every trait of epic frontman coolness, screaming his lungs out, and reaching notes so high, I'm sure he was breaking glass all over town. Behind him on the drums, little Ian Paice, a rock and roll cocktail of hair, sweat, spit, and positions, somehow managing to wipe the steam off his glasses as he pressed this freight train forward, and doing it in 8-inch platform heels. Very impressive. Very impressive. At stage right, the regal Jon Lord. I'd never seen that. We love Jon Lord, yes, because I had never seen anyone get so physical with his organ. But I was only 9. He did things with the Hammond C3 that no one had ever done before, firing the results through a wall of Marshall amps and Leslie speakers, uniquely heavying up the sound into uncharted territory. Let me emphasize this, Jon Lord was the first to truly amplify and distort the Hammond organ. Sadly, we lost him in 2012. Bassist Bassist Roger Glover, cowboy hat, paisley shirt, next level smoothness, the one keeping it grounded, groovy, and dare I say, sexy. His eagle-less stage presence supported the crossfire energies of his bandmates, disguising a firm vitality as both songwriter and co-producer of the biggest records. And then there was Ritchie fucking Blackmore.
Yeah! Woo!
What he did with the guitar did not seem feasible. He played it straight, he played it sideways, upside down and all around. His fingers, hands, arms in a constant ballet of movement and unpredictable motion. The sounds, the screeches, the pitch slides, grinding against the speakers, playing it with his ass, his boots, throwing it in the air, all the time projecting a peculiar mix of showmanship, control, and aloofness. It was like Blackmore was showing off, but mostly for himself, hovering on the edge of electric narcissism. At the same time, he was so beyond cool, it was just impossible to look away. These guys could play, that's right. I'm ready to go all night. This is the advantage of being first. These guys could play, they could improvise, they were in constant and curious cutthroat competition with each other to take the music someplace new, someplace unknown, and never ever the same place twice. Fast forward 12 hours later to the local mom and pop record store where I requested Anything and Everything by Deep Purple and was promptly handed the Fireball album. My life had officially changed forever. With almost no exceptions, every hard rock band in the last 40 years, including mine, traces its lineage back directly to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and Deep Purple. That's right. And as far as I'm concerned, these three bands should always be considered equals for their songwriting, their recordings, and their accomplishments. Where I grew up, and in the rest of the world outside of North America, all were equal in stature and influence. So in my heart, and I know I speak for many of my fellow musicians and millions of Purple fans when I confess that I am somewhat bewildered that they are so late in getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah! Woo!
Decades after the mighty Sabbath and the brilliant Zeppelin. This is, of course, no disrespect to those bands or the Rock Hall. I just have to make clear that Deep Purple are as revered everywhere else in the world. And with the rest of the world applauding, Deep Purple became big the old-fashioned way. They worked hard, constant touring, making an album a year, sometimes two, never getting a shit about image or critical acclaim. And in the golden age of rock and roll debauchery, they were known primarily for their music. In the sex and drug sense, they were reportedly gentlemen through and through. In fact, if you must dig the main, when Deep Purple came back to Copenhagen in December 1973, right? Singer David Coverdale, who blew me away with his unique bluesy pipes and the quirky mic stand. What the hell was that about? What was that about? And bassist Glenn Hughes, white satin suit, way cool rocker hair to go with his R&B influenced vocals. And last, but actually first, original singer Rod Evans, who was the voice of the formative Purple in the late 1960s.
Yeah!
And on the first hit single, Hush.
Woo!
Don't be shy. So from the 8 inductees tonight to the 14 band members who have played in this band, it's obvious that great music often comes from tension. And what great music it was. The albums, just to name a few, The Book of Taliesin, In Rock, Fireball, Machine Head, Third, Stormbringer. And with phenomenal songs, just to name a few, Ring That Neck, Black Knight, Speed King, Child in Time, Strange Kind of Woman, Highway Star, The Woman from Tokyo, Mistreated, the list goes on. You know, one total mindfuck is the difference between the studio and the live versions. If you take Space Truckin', for instance, on Machine Head it clocks in at just around 4 minutes. On the legendary album made in Japan, it's almost 20 minutes long.
Woo!
What happened to that era? The solos, the jamming, the impulsive force in every Deep Purple performance are the reason Wikipedia lists 42 official live albums. I kid you not. Because they were that good, that different, and that inspired every night. And they still are. Damn right they still are. But wait, there's one more song, right? The one everybody knows about, Frank Zappa and a burning casino on a Swiss lake. Fires up in the sky, something, right? The one featuring perhaps the most classic guitar riff of all time. The first thing anybody learns on a guitar. The riff that has actually been banned from being played in music stores to preserve the sanity of the staff. Once again, an absolute truth. The riff that even I, the most illiterate guitar player in the known universe, can actually play. Thank you. You know the title, Smoke on the Water.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
That's right. It's the signature hit and the biggest single, and so huge that Deep Purple may have been mistaken for a one-hit wonder. But if that's all you know, even to this day, think of it as a big, heavy door into a legacy without end, one that remains as vital as ever in its latest incarnation, touring the world, blowing minds, and still changing lives. There's a picture on the nightstand next to my bed, once again, I kid you not, given to me long ago by my buddy Frank. It's a photo of Deep Purple with my face photoshopped on top of Ian Paice. Sorry, Ian. It was a present. That's how much Deep Purple still means to me, to the fans here tonight, and to the millions of followers. To the fans here tonight and to the millions of followers around the world who look upon Deep Purple as epic, unpredictable, energetic, cool, intense, brilliant, impulsive, spontaneous, mesmerizing, jaw-dropping, otherworldly, relentless, pioneering, and ultimately timeless. Ritchie Blackmore, David Coverdale, Rod Evans, Ian Gillan, Roger Glover, Glenn Hughes, Jon Lord, Ian Paice. They should have been here a long time ago. They are now here where they belong.
Yeah!
I've always wanted to say this. Please welcome to the stage and to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Give it up for Deep Purple!
people who've been in Deep whether they've been indicted or not. And starting at the beginning, not only Rod Evans, but also Nick Simper, who played bass in the original band with Ian Paice, Ritchie Blackmore, and our beloved Jon Lord. Then Roger Glover came along, and I came with him. After that was David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes. And then Tommy Bowen and Joe Stone. And a brief but very important year with Joe Satriani.
Woo!
22 years ago, Steve Morse joined and every one of them has played their part in this remarkable family. You know, this is not really for us. I think this award is very much for our families and our business connections, our crew, and our fans who have been absolutely amazing over what's been nearly 50 years.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you. This is great. Roger Glover.
Well, finally we're here. Thank you, Lars, for reading out what I wrote. That's very nice. And thank you for all your support and everyone else that's supported us over the years. It takes a small army of people for each one of us to actually be here. And, I mean, the word thank you isn't quite enough. Our families, friends who put up with us not being there. There's an enormous amount of people we should thank, and I'm not going to go through their names because I can't remember. But my friends in Deep Purple, Ian Paice, Ian Gillan, Jon Lord, and Ritchie Blackmore changed my life forever. And I'm deeply indebted to them, as I am to all you people for making this possible. The fans rule. You do. When I saw my family, my daughters, Gillian, Lucinda and Melanie, my love, Miriam, and all those people that have supported us, but not least of all, Bruce Payne, our manager, who's been with us as agent and manager since the early 70s. He's been with us through all the peaks and valleys of our career. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being there. This delightful lady is Jon Lord's wife, Vicky. We thought it was really important and necessary that she would be here to represent our good pal who left us 4 years ago. So Vicky's going to hold on to this, even though it's quite heavy. I'm the guy who's been there from the beginning. I've seen it all. And when I say I've seen it all, I mean it. The good, the bad, the crazy, the stuff you look back on and go, how the hell did we get in that situation? But bands are a weird conglomeration of people. You can work together and you can create wonderful things. And then you find that you can't deal with each other. And that can lead you, like, you know, painting yourself into the corner of the wall. You know, you can see the way out, you just can't get there. And you look back and you just wonder how you could be so stupid. But you do it time and time again. So, you know, it's just, bands are strange creatures. They have a will, soul, a life of their own, and they're beyond understanding. But when it works, it's pretty damn good. In fact, nothing bad. So, for me, thank you very much for this honour, and for all the fans that have been with us for the years. They thank you too, because it's like watching your own football team. If they win, you're part of it. And for the fans, when their heroes get a pat on the back, they feel part of it too. So for them, thank you very much. And have a great night.
Good evening. Not quite as eloquent as my colleagues are. How are you? Nice to see you. At first, I'd like to express my appreciation and gratitude to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the honor of being inducted in such a regarded institution with so many of my heroes. Hendrix, Miles Davis, Muddy Waters, Otis Redding. Incredible company. I would also like to offer my sincere congratulations to all past and present members of Deep Purple, my incredible musical mentor, Ritchie Blackmore, and particularly the very much missed Tommy Bolin, and of course the immortal Jon Lord. I'd like to particularly thank all the fans of Deep Purple around the world who not only keep the music alive of the band, but continue to support all the offshoot bands as well. My thanks also extend to the wonderful musicians in my band Whitesnake. Red Beach, Joe Holstra, Michael Devin, Jon Lord, Ritchie McKinley, my amazing business team of David Weiss and Associates, John Payne, my friend and lawyer Glenn Davis, my promoters Gary Buck and Rod McSween, and my exceptional tour manager Gideon Hogan. I'm so honored to have with me here tonight my friend and co-producer for almost 30 years, Michael McIntyre, my dear friend and personal assistant, the lovely Christy Lee, and last but not least, my amazing, incredible family. My beautiful children, Jasper and Jessica, and the most inspiring person in my life, my beautiful and beloved wife, Cindy. I love you. I love you all. Music has been there for me when no one else was, so thank you. Be safe, be happy, and don't let anybody make you afraid.
Gillan Hughes, and I am so grateful to have been given the gift of music. I was born in the United Kingdom, but my soul was born in Detroit. And I found my way to California at 19 years old, brought to America by my friends in the Moody Blues. When I got off the plane in San Francisco, I said, well, this isn't the West Midlands and the Black Country anymore. Do you want to live here? Do you want to live in this country? The answer is very, very clear. I want to thank Roger Glover, actually, for getting me to the Hall of Fame. I replaced him and I joined the band as a co-lead singer, bass player. We auditioned one man, only one man. That man has been one of my closest friends for 43 years, David Coverdale. To be fortunate enough to play with Ritchie Blackmore, Ian Paice, and one more time, everybody, give it up for Jon Lord.
Yeah!
Virtuoso, look up Virtuoso and you'll find those three chaps in there. So I want to thank my manager, Paul Geary, and Ernie Bach from PGM Management. I want to thank the greatest girl I've ever known in my entire lifetimes, my wife, soul, and loving partner, Gabrielle Hughes. You take my breath away. I'm so happy for us. A long time ago, a friend of mine said, you've got to keep forever changing. Keep forever changing, because music is the healer. Ladies and gentlemen, my award is dedicated to the fans. God bless you all and have a lovely, lovely evening.